Welcome to another episode of Just Talk with Gabe. I'm here, my sidekick is here.
Here.
And so is our guest. Let's get started. Who do we have on the show?
Today we have one awesome artist, and she's a writer, and she does all this other amazing stuff, Victoria G.
Looking forward to hearing about her amazing career.
Absolutely, but before we get started, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Fade Life Clothing and BCK Online.
Fade Life Clothing is a unique clothing line out of Atlanta, Georgia, geared towards those who love intoxicating style.
And BCK Online is a digital online magazine that keeps you in the know and up to date on the lives of young entertainers, rising stars, young entrepreneurs, parents, and much more.
All right, grab your snacks, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show.
Hello, Victoria G. Welcome to the show. We are glad you could join us for an episode of Just Talk with Gabe.
Thank you so much, Gabe.
Thank you for being on. Knowing our listeners want us to dive right in, so let's get into it. You do it all. You write, you create art, and so much more. So tell us, how did you get started with it all?
Well, I've always had a really big love for just TV, film, music. I'm just like a really big artsy person. So growing up, I would watch a lot of TV and movies and stuff. And over the years, I realized that that's just the only industry that I could see myself being in. So when I was going to high school, I already had a goal in mind to go to college for art and design. And that's what I have been focusing on basically since I was around 9 years old.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. So, as an artist,
yes.
What mediums do you like to work with and why?
I've always just been very classic with just pen, paper. And then when I got to college, I started experiencing more with computer and the iPads, like the Photoshop kind of stuff. And I feel like I enjoy traditional mediums more, like with graphite pencil to paper. But yet I've been told that my digital stuff looks better. So both. Probably.
Right. And speaking of that, that actually leads into my next question.
Yes.
What is the favorite piece of art that you ever created?
I do a lot of fan art stuff, which is like really copyright. So, but when it comes to that kind of stuff, I did a piece once for one of my finals for college, and we had to pick a film studio or a TV studio and do a 100-year celebration poster. So I chose Nickelodeon because that's my favorite channel of all time.
Right. Yeah, I used to love some of their old sitcoms.
Oh yeah, for sure. And what I did was more of their old cartoons, like Ren and Stimpy and stuff like that.
Oh yes.
Excuse me. And
that's the best.
Ren and
Stimpy is the total best.
The thing I had the hardest time with was keeping all the characters on model. So that took some time, and the teacher had to like practically hold my hand with it. But it all worked out. And then when it comes to like non-fan art stuff, where it's all legal, would be the logo I have for my own company, because that came to me as an inspiration, again, thanks to college, because I had to do a project where I had to create some logo ideas for a made-up company, and I've always wanted to have my very own movie studio company, that would be really cool. So I thought of, well, I'm a cinephile and I'm a telephile, which basically means I'm a massive fan of both things. So I just thought, combine the two names, telecinephile, and create a logo that has little rabbit ears because of like the old TVs back in the day, and the little film reel to represent film. So that's probably my most creative thing that I've made because it coincides two of my most favorite things.
That's cool.
That is.
Now, okay, you have to give your university a shout out.
Well, I've been to actually 2 colleges. I was attending the Art Institute in San Bernardino for 2.5 years. And then sadly, back in 2018, the school closed.
Aww.
So I was a bit schoolless for a little bit there. But I did take some little art classes at this small little art place called Brainstorm. And I took some art classes there. And then I re-enrolled in college, which I still am at now since 2019. It's all online, so I don't leave home for the first time. Rasmussen University is now where I attend. And all 3 schools that I've been to have really helped me so much, because I first went to college thinking I knew everything, and I don't know nothing.
I'm still waiting to figure it all out. So don't worry.
You'll get there.
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. You'll get there
for
soon.
sure. Especially whenever it comes to drawing and stuff. I just thought, oh, I know it all. And that's like, oh, I draw terrible.
Oh, well, my stick people look like they need attention. So yeah. It's not good on my end though.
Yeah.
Okay, Victoria, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What is the one piece that you haven't created yet, but that is on your bucket list to do?
Well, I do a lot of like cartoony stuff, so I've always thought it would be cool to maybe explore more lifelike things, like more life drawing, which is not really my strong suit. So probably something that looks more lifelike, that I could feel confident enough to post to the world.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be good.
Still taking time on that one.
So you have interviewed tons of people from all walks of life. What has been your funnest interview?
Oof. That's the thing, because like all my interviews, I know it sounds like really cliche, but they're all like really fun for me.
Right.
But the most fun, because of how different it was, I once interviewed from Dance Moms, Abby Lee Miller.
Oh, wow. Now that's like a good one.
Wow. Okay.
That was super different for me, because she's not just one thing. She
Right.
does so many different things. She even manages kids. So her questions took me a little bit longer to make, because I was at first kind of starstruck, because I've been a massive Dance Moms fan since the show first came out.
Yeah, it's a great show.
It is.
Oh yeah, so much drama.
Yeah. I mean, you think they're dancers. How much drama can you have?
Well,
and it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's honestly a really great show though, and I miss it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely my weekly go-to, because I don't think people realize that dancers are athletes. They're just phenomenal athletes. And then to kind of start out so young, as a lot of them did on that show, it's phenomenal.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that was so cool.
I took dance for a little while when I was young, but I felt that I wasn't that good. Those kids were great, seriously.
So. I mean, yeah, I can't dance. I trip all the time. So.
It's not good to watch. It's not.
It truly is. Moving on from that, though, what has been the most bizarre interview that you've had?
Bizarre. Well, I used to have a YouTube channel, which we stopped uploading videos after our 100th episode back in last October. I had a YouTube channel with my cousin called Cousin's Corner. And my cousin also used to do celebrity interviews. So we thought randomly a video idea would be fun if we interviewed each other. And
that's funny.
It was kind of a disaster, because we both were not prepared at all. So that was pretty bizarre, trying to come up with questions on the fly, and it was such a mess.
Yeah, I'd imagine that is kind of hard.
We should try that.
No, we should not.
Oh, it was a disaster. So definitely that one.
That one, okay.
Who is the one person that you haven't interviewed that you would like to?
I've got like a massive list on my Word document of people that I keep bothering, but I keep being ignored.
One day they will say yes.
Top one would be Rob Pattinson. He's an actor.
Oh, from Twilight.
Yeah. Yes. He's one of my most favorite actors working. And whenever I watch his interviews, I've always felt he just is so funny, and he has such an honest way about him that I think he'll be the most fun one to talk to. But there's like a massive list of people that I have that all just keep ignoring me.
That's okay.
It's okay. Just keep bothering them. Eventually,
I bother these people for every movie. For some reason, I just don't get an
answer. That's okay. One day they will say, "You know what? Yes."
Yes. Well, eventually.
And then I'll start crying. But like
finally, they responded. Okay, you have like you mentioned, your how did you pronounce it? Your telecinephile. There you go. Your telecinephile account on Instagram. And then you showcase movies that inspire you to create. And so I've seen like several of the shows that you listed there. I'm like, oh yeah, check. I think one of our favorite shows is now streaming on Netflix, which is great because we're rewatching every episode, is Big Time Rush.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a great one.
So
my childhood. The childhood show right there.
It's awesome. It was like the best show. So how did this show inspire you, and who's your favorite character?
I actually have not seen this show in so long, but it was a big part of my childhood. And it inspired me a lot because I felt it was very smart how Nick managed to promote both a funny sitcom and an actual real life band. And
right, that's true.
Long before Big Time Rush, boy bands were kind of gone for quite some time. And they kind of brought back all that boy band craze. And then One Direction happened, and then it kind of goes on from there.
Yeah.
But that's a big reason why they got me so into it, because I felt that's very smart. You have an actual band, but yet they have fake last names in the show. So, but yeah, all their personalities were so different too. I just felt that it was a very smart concept. And favorite character, I always felt Carlos was more my favorite one.
Oh my God, yes.
I always kind of related to him the most in a way. He just like the more funny, laid back one of the group, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, Carlos definitely I would have to say is my favorite. With his helmet.
Oh yeah.
I think that's just, who can't love Carlos and his helmet?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Since you haven't seen it in a while, it's on Netflix streaming now.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So as a college student, how do you manage to balance that and everything else you do?
I am going to give a very just cliche answer because it's the honest truth. Time management.
You need to teach me, please.
Yes, me too.
I'm not the kind of person to like write everything down for the week. I just have a lot of mental notes in my head. My brain is just constantly moving, like at 100 miles per hour.
Oh, wow.
And I always think, okay, it's Monday. Let me look at the schedule for the week for school, because they post everything a whole week before. So you have a whole week to kind of figure out everything. I leave some wiggle room space in case of some kind of problem or something, like with the internet. If just something happens, that I have some cushion. That way I'm not late on work. And then when it comes to doing the other things that I do that are not college-based, I just think, okay, look at school. School's done. Go into work mode, or is it work mode first, then school? I go a lot by, like, if the sun is out, then I have more daylight time. I can draw more on paper. If it's on the computer, then I could do it at night. It's just a lot of time management stuff. It's kind of hard to explain, but I just make my brain do it.
That's good.
That is.
I don't think I was that disciplined in university. I wasn't. So hats off to you. I was like, oh, I'm working on my lesson. No, you want to go to a party? Okay. Yeah, that can wait.
That's one thing. I actually never had a problem where people invited me out and stuff, because I guess I'm not that fun. So people would go to me more like for homework advice, not really to go play or to go hang out, because I guess I'm more boring that way, probably more studious. I'm not really sure why, but people never wanted to go out with me.
That's all right.
That's Gabe. Gabe is more studious, so you guys are much more like, I think I was a little too social, just maybe a little bit, but I managed to graduate. There you go.
Very good.
You did it.
Congrats. I did it.
All right, we're gonna go on a bit of a commercial break.
Victoria, would you hang around and come back for the fun round after break?
Yes.
Okay, guys, we'll be right back.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. And if you have not downloaded the Anchor.fm app,
do it
and start making your own podcast today.
All right, Victoria, welcome back.
Thank you.
We're about to get into the fun round of questions.
Yep. Okay, so
we need a drum roll.
No.
I
what?
think, like when I say we're going to do the fun round of questions, we need to do like.
You don't have. Okay. We'll figure that one out later. Okay. Anyway, Victoria, what is your favorite city and why?
Oh, I haven't actually gone too many places when I really stop and think about it. But when I always think about a city that I love, it's Los Angeles. Because I live about an hour and a half away from Los Angeles, but whenever I do get to go down there, I just get like this overwhelming feeling of joy because I know that someday I'll work there. So I just like driving around, looking at all the different studios and stuff and picturing myself walking in there.
Oh, that's cool.
It is.
That is visualize and make it happen.
Yes.
Yep.
What do you think will be the most Googled phrase or person in 20 years?
I'm not that hip, but I've always felt that those little texting phrases that I'm still learning, like YOLO and stuff, will probably be talked about in about 20 years because I feel like our generation has its own little lingo.
Yeah.
And no one else is going to understand.
That's true.
Yeah. So
that's
definitely true. Our kids and grandkids will have to look those up because it doesn't make any sense to me still.
Yeah. I can see them with like these blank looks on their face. Like, you said what?
Yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I can see that. So travel to the past or to the future, and then where would you go?
Probably the future, because in terms of technology, there's going to be just so many changes and stuff. But where would I go specifically? Probably Mars, because I just really want to see if there's actually any kind of life up there.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I
definitely want to see if there's aliens.
Didn't you say you'd go live on Mars?
Yes, I would.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Change the scenery. Yeah, change the scenery.
You guys drop me a postcard.
Okay, so if you could create a new food, what would it be?
Probably, well, my favorite food's ice cream. So probably some kind of like an ice cream potato chip.
Yo, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing. That would be really good.
Uh-huh.
You call it like ice chip or something.
Yes.
Ice chips already exist. They're like those.
Well, I guess ice chips, like chips of ice, but oh well, never mind.
Non-melting.
We'll work on the name.
Non-melting.
That's a good idea.
It is.
I'd buy it.
Yep.
Okay, Victoria, complete this sentence. I am
an artist.
That's a good
It is.
I say that because I feel like that's just such a massive part of who I am. And my whole world, my whole day just revolves around it. If I'm not actually creating art, then I'm watching a movie and trying to learn from watching that movie why certain things work, why certain things didn't work and stuff like that. I'm just constantly thinking about art all day. I'm like one of those art nerds.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so, dogs or cats?
No offense to cats, but definitely dogs.
And all the cats just turned this off.
Yes, all the cats are now not listening anymore. But
I've always just been like a massive dog person. It's just how I've always been.
Yeah. What's your favorite dog?
English Bulldog.
Oh, they're so cute.
Oh yeah, I like poodles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have
I never actually had one, but I've always just pictured myself older, probably with some kind of a rabbit, fish, or an English Bulldog sitting next to me.
Oh, I want a poodle farm when I'm older. Just like a whole bunch of poodles running around. I don't necessarily want to breed them because I would be all sad when they get adopted out. So
but it's a good way to make money.
Yeah, but then I'd cry and I'd name them all. So this wouldn't work.
Okay, you're right. Okay.
All right. High five to all the dogs.
Yep. All right, now the most important question of the day. If you could take 5 things to a desert island, what would they be?
Okay, well, there's obviously no Wi-Fi there, right?
Right.
I mean, if you want to, hook it up some kind of way, that we could say Wi-Fi.
Because if there is Wi-Fi, then I'd probably have to take a cell phone. That way, my parents know that I'm still alive.
Right.
But if there's no Wi-Fi, probably take a guitar and then hear myself badly singing. And iPod, so I could hear music and then sing badly to that.
That's okay.
And a camera, so I could take pictures of where I'm at for proof of life. And
I'm still here.
Probably some paper and a pen or pencil, so I could draw the island I'm on.
That's awesome. Those are some good unique things.
So what were the top 5 things on your bucket list that you have completed?
A big one, I've always wanted to start my own company, so I've done that one. I've always wanted to start my own YouTube channel, so I did that with my cousin. I always wanted to go to college, so I'm still inside that one. Starting a band, which I actually did do with my cousin when we were like 17 years old. Like I said, I sing bad. So my cousin was mainly the one to sing, and I just played the instruments. But yet, some would say our style was very experimental. What was the word that was used? There's a lot of mixing of genres, and we ended up stopping because my cousin and I were just like, we're not that good. We could never go on American Idol. They will laugh at us. Let's just stop. And then a final one would be getting slimed. About 5 years ago, I actually did go to a mall and they were sliming people for free, so I got slimed.
Oh, there you go. Go to the Nick Awards where they have the slime.
Oh yeah. I've actually gone to 2 of them as a seat filler.
Oh, really?
Oh,
wow. But I did not get slimed there. I came out pretty dry.
I guess that's the fun. But I don't think I would like to get slimed.
No, because you don't like things touching.
Yeah, I would be like, oh, please
don't. It actually almost feels like a rebirth in a way. It feels very nice and cold, and you can eat it too, actually.
Oh, I've heard of edible slime.
Yeah, you would enjoy that.
Yeah,
you totally enjoy that.
Yeah.
Okay, travel the world or just travel the country?
Travel the world, because I've never been on a plane before, so I feel like that'll get me out of my comfort zone. I can go anywhere I want.
Yeah, the weird thing is with planes and stuff is it depends. It's really boring once everything's said and done and you're in the plane and you're just sitting there.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
And you're just nothing better to do, and it's just
well, you can watch movies.
I mean, yeah, but as for the plane itself, if you don't have anything like that, you just sit there.
What do you want, a party plane?
I don't know. I'm just saying, it's a bit underwhelming once you actually get there.
Well, Victoria, so just be forewarned, when you do get on that plane, it's going to be underwhelming.
I might just sleep through it all.
Yeah, that's what I do. So yeah, there you go. That's what I do. What's the one app that you cannot live without and why?
I'm on Instagram the most, but I always have had this special attachment to Twitter because it was my first ever social media app that I've ever went on since I was I think I was 14 or something. I was super young and I begged my mom, can I please have a Twitter? It just looks so fun. She's like, okay, fine, but do not use your actual name, because of all the safety and stuff. It's okay. Right. So I went on there, followed all my favorite celebrities and stuff, and was liking all their posts, and just, it's been hours, and then you're just on there scrolling, and then your finger gets tired from scrolling.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that one's always been a special app to me, because that's what got me into social media.
Cool.
It's cool.
I mean, it's so much in just one little spot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Get overwhelmed.
Yeah. So, who is the one person in the industry that you would want to meet?
That's another one where I have a long list. But
tell us your top 5, maybe.
Top 5. Oh dear. Let me think. My favorite band of all time is Chicago. But there's more than 5 members on that. But if I could meet some of them, that'd be really cool. Cher is one of my favorite celebrities.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
She's awesome. Simon Cowell is a big one for me.
He'd be intimidating to meet, I think. I don't know. Maybe.
But that's why I like him, because he does scare me. I like to be scared. Ryan Seacrest would be a good one too.
Oh yeah, I'd love to meet Ryan Seacrest.
Absolutely, he seems I awesome.
Actually got near him once. I went to a taping of American Idol 2 years ago, and he walked past me, so that was pretty cool.
Be like, I saw Ryan. He walked right here, 30 feet.
But then I got shy, so I didn't say anything because I was like, "Oh my god!"
You should have.
I have like a starstruck issue. And then a fifth one. Let me think. Fifth one. Probably Dan Schneider, because he created a lot of my favorite Nick shows.
Oh yeah.
So that's a big one too. But the list is just like 100 people long.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think we all have those lists.
Oh yeah.
I know, I totally do.
Right. So, what is the one piece of advice that you would give to people who want to follow in your footsteps?
Most people say don't give up, but I don't want to be like obvious. So I'm trying to think. Probably the biggest advice I was given, always, like whenever I first started college, is you have to love it, because there are going to be times when it gets hard, when you're looking for that job and stuff, and you're doing that drawing and it's just not looking good at all, so you start feeling bad about yourself. But as long as you love the craft for what it is, then you'll be fine, because that love will keep you coming back to it. And
that's true.
Just being very devoted, being like overly loyal to it, almost like a pet,
Right.
And constantly be learning. Watch movies, listen to music, and figure out, why does this work? Why doesn't that work? And make little mental notes and think, how could I make that better? Or why is that better than what I would make? And stuff like that. That way you're constantly working the brain, and the brain has to be going on art the whole time. Because the moment you stop, you're just going to be like brain dead.
That's really good.
That is.
That's great advice.
In addition to all that you have going on, what's next for you?
Finishing college. I was supposed to be done, but when the school closed, my credits did not transfer, so it's like I'm a freshman again.
Oh
so
no!
I'll probably be graduating when I'm like 30.
That's okay, as long as you get it, it doesn't matter.
That's true. And currently I am still looking for jobs in studios, and I've been just sending out like LinkedIn job applications and stuff to Nickelodeon, Paramount, all these different ones, just trying to get in there, man.
Exactly.
When it is hard, because certain jobs, they want you to have a degree and stuff, so it's a lot of like waiting for a job that I can actually apply for to come through. And still doing freelance work as my company name, still doing interviews, and I've actually been writing my first screenplay, so hopefully finishing that and selling that to a studio.
Oh, that's cool. There you go. You can bypass working and then go, here you go now. Let's negotiate my staff. What you gonna pay?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
What is the one thing you want our audience to know about you?
Probably that I am a very creative person, and I am literally obsessed and in love with this industry. And also from my YouTube channel that I used to have, I'm not that loud and crazy. I'm actually pretty calm.
But you have to step out of your personality. So see, that's good.
Yeah, like we wanted to be extra loud and very bubbly, because we want people to use our channel as a way to kind of be happy and laugh and stuff. Not really a relaxing channel we had. We're very high energy, but yet in our actual lives, we're actually pretty chill.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the final question is, where can people find you on social media?
I have the same handle for everything, at Hello Victoria G. So you just go on there and you see a little G icon that's yellow with a little red around it. That's me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, Victoria. We have really enjoyed having you.
Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun.
Did you guys enjoy the show? I know we did. Make sure to check out Victoria G's Insta and give her a follow. And until next time, peace out, guys.